Hey everybody, welcome to Monday and welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. So, a chosen night, a labyrinth, and the bog of eternal stench. What could this be? We'll be right back. Hey everybody, before we get started on our quest, and it is a quest, right here, www.theshavingcadre.com. Please come and visit us. We'd certainly appreciate it. We'd love to have you as a member. And then, most importantly, click on the barber pole at the cowboy hat. That'll get you that'll get you subscribed. Hopefully you'll like it. And then down here somewhere, ring the bell. That'll get you notified of all new content. And then please check out all the channels that I've listed. Some of these folks support the Shaving Cadre. They support this channel. And then some are non-shaving related that are just fun channels to be around. Okay. So, I stated a chosen night. Now, for those of you that have been around the shaving game a while, there is a order. Now, there's two. The first order is called Knights of the Veg Table. Now, these are people that have been chosen from a very, very, very select group of knights that are able to wear, with their spouses and maidens' approval and their squires, Panad, lilac, vegetal, horns, and everything else. There is another subsect of that called the Knights of the Tobacco Veg. That's for a later show. But today, we also spoke of the Labyrinth. Now, the Labyrinth was a great mystical movie, and there was something called the Bog of Eternal Stench. Well, with the fact that we're navigating through this labyrinth of day number 13, and slogging through the Williams One Blade Challenge, we figured what better way to celebrate than taking a trip through the Bog of Eternal Stench. And the stench starts with the vegetal, and then, to top it all off, we come at you with Eucharist. Now, those who've been around the shaving game know exactly what these two combinations can do. And so we're on day 13 of the Williams Challenge with no end in sight. We're on blade or shave number 13 or 52. Oh, no, wait a minute. 13 times, 52 passes on a Feather Pro Guard blade, and we're using it in the Essence Tailless today. And today we're using the Blackland Blackbird shaving thing. So this may be a little scary for some because of what we're doing. But today is errand day, as most of you know, for barbers. And I will be, even though I'm still sick, I've got to go to the bank and everything else. And we went from a high of 78 degrees yesterday to barely making 53 today in rain. So, yeah, and we wonder why we get sick. But that being said, with the combination of lilac vegetal and GOF Trumper's Eucharist, I guarantee you people will stay away. In fact, they will probably run for their lives screaming as I go strutting through in my knight's gear. So that's why we're doing this, is to show the suffering that we are willing here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home to go through to appease the evil one, KJ, aka the Spider, for having this Williams One Blade Challenge. So we enter the Bog of Stench. Now, like before entering any Bog of Stench, if you partake of bogs of stenches very often, usually before you go into the bog, it's very nice. And that's the way it is here. The Williams soap is soapy and it's clean smelling, and we'll see. Now, like I said, this will be pass number, well, just a lot of passes. And so far, as I mentioned in yesterday's shave, the blade seems to enjoy being in this essence a little bit better than being in the vector. Because I noticed that This blade seems much smoother in this razor. Than in the Vector. For whatever reason, because the blade gap, in looking at both, the blade gap is about the same. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, or new to shaving, you think, okay, what is this crazy barber talking about being chosen? Well, years ago, the Lady of the Lake came out of the lake and had Panade Lilac Vegetal in her hands. And she stated, "Can you wear this scent?" Now, understand that this scent's been around forever. And either you love it or you hate it. There is nothing in between. There's no like, it's okay. The descriptors for Lilac Vegetal has come from years and years of olfactory destruction. Some people claim that it's cat urine. Some people claim that it smells like a litter box. But those people that say that are the ones that are not chosen. And once you are chosen to become a knight of the veg table, you will always be chosen. And it is a very bright, floral, beautiful scent to those knights that have been chosen. To those evil people that have not been chosen, it takes on a completely different characteristic. Now, I'm also fortunate, being a chosen one, that my spouse also likes the veg table. But ironically, she likes the Lilac Vegetal because it's got a very strong lilac note, but she doesn't like Scotch. Sounds like there's some screwed up olfactory nerves there. Because I would venture to say that a good portion of those knights that are chosen probably enjoy Scotch. There may be a few that don't. So far, the blade's holding on pretty good. Soap feels good today. And like I said, it's just, the soap is wonderful. It's just the same soap day after day after day. And this puck that I've been bowl lathering doesn't show a lot of signs of going down. I'm not sure if the blade will last 30 days, but I think the soap will last well past 30 days. I think the last time that I did this Williams challenge, I think I made it 27 days, but that's when when it was an infused, so we graded the pucks, infused it with a fragrance, and shaved with it, where this is just a solid puck of Williams that was brand new out of the box. And this is the new Williams, or the most newest version. I have a vintage puck in a box that I probably won't use ever, maybe. Okay, so we're, tra-la, 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 we're coconut clopping through the forest, and we're getting closer and closer to the bog of eternal stench. So we're going to enjoy this last pass and our cleanup pass before we enter that. Now, Eucharist, which will be topping off our bog of eternal stench shave, has been described as death in a bottle. And I don't get that because it's very floral. It's very, very nice. The soap, the shaving soap, which I used to have, was impossible to lather. But the fragrance is wonderful. But a lot of people say it smells like a casket. I don't go around sniffing caskets, so I wouldn't know. So, when you take the beauty that is Lilac Vegetal, if you're chosen, and you take the floral wonder that is Eucharis, it ends up, being a very knightly, gentlemanly fragrance that lasts forever on you. If you're not chosen, or if you're just some ne'er-do-well peasant, you will walk by somebody who's going to have this combination on, and you will scream in horror and run away and say, oh my God, he's brought remnants of the bog of eternal stench with him. And you know what? I'm okay with that. So when we talk about social distancing, the original social distancing was Pinard Lilac Vegetal with Eucharis. 6 feet, that's nothing. You can get people that'll be a mile away from you and still smell it. Although you may have cats and zombies following you. But again, if you don't want the general public to be around you, that's perfect. Okay, let's see how we did. Beautiful shave. A little bit of cleanup. But like I said, with Williams, you really don't need any additional soap because truly it is probably the slickest soap on the market, especially for residual slickness overall. So the blade's still holding strong, which is good. Okay, and as we enter and we get closer to the bog of eternal stench, we will prepare our skin with alum. And there's been absolutely no burn with that. And then we'll be using Quinn's lavender today to go with all the other floral items that will be on here. I mean, actually, the lavender will actually enhance the lilac and the rose and the tuberose and everything else that goes along with the wonder that is Eucharis as well. Because I would venture to say that Eucharis is also a fragrance that you need to be chosen for. So again, we use the Essence Tedalus removable blade straight with a feather Pro Guard blade that's on shave number 13 and with the 4 passes, and that includes the cleanup pass. 52 passes on that with no end in sight. The Blackland Blackbird shaving brush, which is just wonderful. Very heavy. Small knot, but a nice black synthetic knot. So it's wonderful. Okay. So do you feel the temperature dropping? Do you feel the fog rolling in? We are about to enter the bog of eternal stench. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that's really kind of stupid, but I guess I should have done dun, dun, dun. Anyways. Okay, so here we go. Here comes the aftershave. Pinard Lilac Vegetal. Oh, this stuff is wondrous. And this is stuff that you don't just put a little splash on. you splash with abandon. Just all over, everywhere. And I don't know how people get a bad smell out of this. Now, agreed that you do need to take and decant it in glass, because the plastic that it comes in, that one, it's like going through a field of lilacs. Now, that's for those of you that are chosen. For those of you that are not chosen, this is where we enter the putridness and the nastiness of the eternal bog of stench. But that's not me. Okay, so we're going to be using, because it goes real well with this, is because, you know, a knight of the veg table needs to have an elegant talc. And so we're going to be using Yardley Elegance. And as you can see, you can probably hear, those are people that are not used to the bog of eternal stench. They're screaming, they're writhing in pain. Oh. Okay, so now we add the zombie component for some of you, or the beautiful floral component of GOF Trumper's Eucharist. Wonderful fragrance. Again, this is something you layer with abandon. And it's just absolutely wonderful. It is EDT strength. And the nice thing about both the Vegetal and the Eucharist is, if you are sick like I am, any virus that you have in your body will literally jump out of your body and try to find somebody else. So there you go, folks. The Labyrinth of the Williams One Blade Challenge continues, day number 13, as well as a visit to the Labyrinth and the Bog of Eternal Stench. I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Come visit us at the Shaving Cadre. You guys have a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.